Buddy Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89. Today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Fire Force Chapter 201. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of the video because after I do my live reaction for Chapter 201, I'm going to give you my thoughts on Chapter 201. And because this is the last chapter of 2019, I'm going to give you my thoughts on Fire Force manga, not the anime, manga in 2019, and what I hope to see for Fire Force manga in 2020. So, last time I covered this manga, holy shit, it left me so shooketh, because a lot of truth was dropped by Sister Sumeyer. So, first of all, we found out that Iris is the 8th pillar, the 8th and final pillar, which, in all reality, it kind of doesn't surprise us in hindsight now, based on what we saw a few chapters back. And we also found out that Sister Sumeyer was basically feeding the sisters firebugs, which was really fucked up. Oh my god. And they were doing experimentations on them. And also, Sister Sumeyer told us what the purpose of the Great Cataclysm was. That little bastard Raffles. Bah. Basically, what the purpose of it was it was a failed attempt of merging the Adola in the Earth. And because there wasn't enough pillars back then, that's why it failed. But because there's enough pillars now, there's a good chance it's going to work. Oh god, this is gonna, oh god, this manga's getting just so goddamn interesting. We're like running out of goddamn time based on what it seems like here. I feel like going into 2020, we're seriously heading into Endgame. Like, oh god. Okubo's really ending 2019 with a bang with this shit, and I am just living for it! Anyway, near the end of chapter 200, and I have to say this because Horikoshi gave us a sorry-ass Chapter 200 for Boku no Hero Academia, and I'm never going to let Horikoshi live it down. That's how you give us a Chapter 200, man! That's how you do a Chapter 200. Holy goddamn shit. Anyway, let's get to this chapter, because where we left off in Chapter 200 was Sister Sumeyer summoned up the dead souls of the sisters in the forms of demon children, which I'm not gonna lie, they look like Heartless from Kingdom Hearts, and it kind of it makes me think of not only the shadows from Summertime Rendering, which I know I need to cover, and it also reminds me of what happened recently in The Promised Neverland. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, let's get to this chapter and see what's in store for us this week. Oh, fucking A! You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I've been loving Okubo's cover art lately. Okubo's cover art is just so freaking amazing. Stupid skull. The fool's corpse sneers. And chapter 201 is titled Imps. Oh god. It hurts. Hibana. God, this is exactly like when... I'm sorry, I gotta spoil Promised Neverland here. I have to. If you are not caught up with the Promised Neverland manga, or you're an anime only... First of all, if you're an anime only for the Promised Neverland, I feel so goddamn sorry for you, because you are missing out on, like, the real good shit. You're missing out on the psychological aspect, or psychological thriller aspect of Promised Neverland. God, I feel sorry for you anime only. Jesus. But basically what this is making me think of is when we were fighting the queen in, the queen of the demons in Promised Neverland, not too long ago, and she was, like, totally overloading, and you saw, like, everything that she consumed, like, because she was, like, having, like, kind of an identity crisis, and you saw, like, all the kids, faces that were popping up on her body. Like, that's what this is making me think of. I'm sorry. Like, something, and the things that they were saying on her, like, the kids that were saying on her was, it hurts, Mama, help. That's what this is making me think of. I'm sorry. What in the hell have you done? Recognize anyone? This bitch! This fucking bitch! God! I thought dead sister, I'd reunite you at long last. This bitch. This fucking bitch. You know who this bitch is making me think of? She's making me think of fucking Peter Rodrick right now. This bitch is Peter Rodrick. God damn it. Oh shit. Hugh Young, get back. I tend to hurt people who sneak up on me. This fucking bitch. Kareem, her ability. Looks like she attacks by vibrating her body. I'm sorry, but there's some serious phrasing going on with this statement. Whoever's translating this, I'm sorry, there's like some serious phrasing going on. She attacks and defends with vibrations, but how can you be able to create vibrations like that from an ignition ability? A common bodily function for a living thing, shivering to be precise. It's simply cold, and so I tremble. I'm just making that trembling stronger. Oh my god, I'm sorry. My mind just like totally went to the gutter. I'm sorry, I have to ask, did anyone else's mind go into the gutter with that fucking sentence? Shivering is a bodily, like, oh god. I'm sorry. Oh god. I'm sorry. My mind is just in a very bad place. Shivering is a bodily function in which your body automatically shakes when it's cold. Every muscle vibrates in little bursts which create heat. And you know what? I gotta say this with Okubo in regards to like the different powers to create heat that we've gotten from Okubo so far, especially recently. It's been goddamn brilliant. It really is. I really like how Okubo is using different bodily, like basic bodily functions that naturally create heat to create combustible power, create firepower. I think it's goddamn brilliant. We've seen gold. We've seen like not just naturally bodily functions, obviously, but we've seen like scientific ones like we've seen magnetic, we've seen gold, which is natural, by the way. We've seen how it scientifically has created heat. I really like that. I think that's we haven't seen like, yeah, it's been kind of supernatural, obviously, like it's been enhanced, but I think that's really clever. Like this just is making me think like over the past year, like how Okubo has kind of really enhanced some of the scientific aspects of heat, and it's really goddamn creative. Kind of like how in Hell's Paradise Jiga Karaku, how I know it's different, but it just makes me like how what Yuji does in Hell's Paradise Jiga Karaku is take a yin yang concept and like not like fully go flat out literal with the yin yang design for every demon. God, it makes me appreciate that even more too. I'm sorry. Shivering is a bodily function in which your body automatically shakes when it's cold. Every muscle vibrates in little bursts which create heat. She uses her ability to amplify that heat and turn it into kinetic energy, creating even bigger vibrations. But this earthquake that's been happening, if that's her power too, what the hell is she? It's impossible for her to shake the earth itself, ignition ability or not, unless she uses the Adult Burst! Yes! How you doing, Captain Ibana? Good work, Kashiri. Give me a hand. Oh, praise. I know, Kashiri in the clutch, damn it. You sacrilegious little children. Sister Sumair, you still up to your old tricks? My, this is a surprise. I already rot away in the Zinkindao forest. I used the very last of my strength to come see you. 200 years and still the warrior war. Give it up. The human world is destined for destruction. Nothing will change. You became a pillar. What? Nothing will... So Sumair's a pillar too? Well, that should have... The first hint being the Adola burst that, that was just said... just mentioned here. Nothing will change. You became a pillar just as I did 200 years ago, and ever since then... Come on, well, you got a chance. Thank you. Struggle all you can. Goodbye, Lady in Black. It falls to me to fulfill the duty of the seventh pillar. My, what a chilly day. Flames won't be enough. So those two, wait a minute. Does that mean those two are Sumayer is one of the original pillars? Hold on a second. Those two gotta be the original two pillars. Those gotta be the original two pillars. Oh, no. Sumayer, I'm sorry. I just, and there's the mole. The mole. So, Sumayer's not the original two pillar. One of the original two pillars. I'm sorry. Sumayer is the seventh pillar. Sumayer is the seventh pillar. Okay. Wait, what? No. Okay, I got confused for a second there. No, Sumayer's got to be the. Wait, I'm so confused. She's got to be one of the. Okay, Sumayer's got to be one of the original pillars, just like this guy is. But. Oh, she's got to be. Okay, now I understand. So back 200 years ago, they didn't have 8 pillars back then. They had my guess is they only had 7 pillars back then, and Sumayer was the original 7th pillar. Okay, that makes more sense. Because when she said it falls to me to fulfill the duty of the 7th pillar, she was the original 7th pillar. Okay, that makes more sense. So something that it's going to be very interesting to find out going into 2020 is what happened to the other 5 pillars, and is Raffles one of the original pillars? That's gonna be. I'll talk about that after I'm done with this chapter. After I'm done talking about this chapter, the earthquake stopped. It doesn't appear as if she is pursuing Sakura Clematis. So spontaneous human combustion is actually caused by doppelgangers from the hell that is Adola merging with the humans in our world. Again, this is straight out of summertime rendering. Is the summertime rendering to a T. And the Great Cataclysm was Adola itself impeding on our entire world. Spontaneous human combustion on a worldwide scale, which, even though we explored China, I think it was 2 years ago we explored China. Yeah, it was 2 years, back in 2018 we explored China. So I kind of hope to see if we get to explore, the rest of the world. I doubt we're going to be able to do that, because I think we're running out of time. What was that? Are you talking to us? If all of the pillars should assemble with the evangelist, a second great cataclysm will occur and the world will be destroyed. We have to work together to prevent another great cataclysm. Yay! Okay. Okubo knows me by now. Okubo knows me. Okubo knows who I love. Because, I swear to God, for those of you that follow me on Twitter, I've tweeted Okubo that, Okubo knows that I love Petimaru because I've said it I tweeted directly at Okubo that I love Petimaru. And damn, Okubo's given me a lot of Petimaru this year, and that has made my life. And also, I said to Okubo when I have to say this right now, because it'll piss me off, and it will frustrate me if I don't. So something I said to Okubo, if you follow me on Twitter, you know about this, and I think I've said it before. Something that frustrated the hell out of me was when I saw the concept art for Benimaru in the anime adaptation of Fire Force. First of all, I was so fucking happy that Benimaru got announced. Because Benimaru's my husbando. I love that man. He's like my favorite character in this manga. And then I saw first of all, I was just really goddamn excited. So I was like, yay, finally Benimaru. And then I looked at Benimaru, I was like, wait a minute. That don't look like Benimaru. The body looked good, but that didn't look like Benimaru up in the face. And I tweeted that picture directly to I said to Okubo, I tagged Okubo and I said, Okubo, you better make sure they fix that shit, because that don't look like Benimaru. You better make sure they fix you better make sure that concept art is fixed. You better make sure that art is fixed, because I would be mad if that don't look like Benimaru. And when I saw, because I haven't been watching the anime adaptation for a while, because I stopped watching it for a minute because I just, because like I've just been like really, because of my boyfriend dying, I just didn't want to be depressed by bad anime adaptations. And also the thing that's been really throwing me off is the writing has just, I don't know what's going on with David Productions, but the writing has been really weird. Like the first few episodes, the episodes that I watched of Fire Force, the writing has been really disappointing. I was so mad about the writing. I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing over there? Because usually their writing is impeccable. I don't know what the fuck is going on over there. But when I saw footage of Benimaru, I saw that he looked like Benimaru, I was like, oh God, thank God. Thank God. Okubo must have said something to them about Benimaru looking jacked or something. But they listened, so thank God. Anyway, I'm sorry, just seeing Asakusa there for a second just made me think of that. It should have been a fatal blow. Oh, thank God, Arthur's alive! He just barely missed my vitals. I was scrapping with quite the dangerous man. I'm supposed to be a knight. Benimaru need to have a talk with Arthur. It's time. It's time for this. This is supposed to be a holy blade. Some holy blade. Ah! This is what's left of Excalibur? This is fire-resistant carbon. You can buy this stuff at the hardware store. It's orichalcum. Orichalcum? Isn't that a metal from fantasy books? It's a metal of legend. A dwarven smith forged Excalibur out of orichalcum. So, where did you find this orichalcum? I found it in the caldera of the volcano, Kazan. And this Kazan, where's that? At the hardware store! I fucking love Arthur so much! Like, Arthur is just the best special sparkle ever! Fucking Vulcan is trying so hard not to laugh! Well, as far as I can tell, this isn't real orichalcum. Shut up, what do you know? This is fire-resistant carbon. You could buy it at the hardware store. I told you to shut up! What do you think you're doing, you wretch? I'm the Night King, so show some respect. Well, oh Night King, how about you and I go find some real orichalcum? What? What's that supposed to mean? We're gonna find some legendary metal. And I'll forge you a real holy blade. Yes! Seize the legend with your own hands. The Night King's evolution begins! Oh my god! This is better than I thought it was going to be, because I thought Benimaru was going to be, let me read this part. To be continued in chapter 202, The Night King's Great Adventure. This is going to be so fucking epic! This is going to be so goddamn epic, because in all honesty, I thought Benimaru was going to knock some sense into Arthur, but I should have known it was going to be, Vulcan, because remember, like, what we had, when, Vulcan got, Arthur to pull the sword from the stone kind of thing. Yeah, I should have known this shit was gonna go down. Okay, so let me give you my thoughts about chapter 201 first. What a goddamn way to end 2019, Elkabo. This chapter was goddamn amazing. I think the best, besides the Arthur stuff, I think the best part about this chapter was learning that there was, obviously based on chapter 200, we knew that there were 7 pillars, but based on chapter 200, we knew there was a set of pillars before, but we didn't know how many pillars there were. But now we got a confirmation for sure that there were 7 pillars, for sure. And Sister Sumire was one of the original pillars. And one of the other original pillars is still alive too. And it just makes you question if the other original 5 are still alive and if they're going to play a role in this. Because if they're going to play a role in this as well, it makes you wonder if we're going to have 15 pillars. Or not 15, hold on a second. I'm doing my math wrong. Holy shit. No, I did my math right. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with me? If we're gonna have 15 pillars involved with this, that would, and like, how the fuck are they living for 200 years? And it makes you question the lifespan of pillars in general. That's gonna be very, very interesting. I really am curious about that. Oh god, that was probably the best part of this chapter, was learning that Sister Sumire was one of the original pillars, and that at least 2 of the original 7 pillars, and learning that there were 7 pillars, and learning that at least 2 of the original pillars are still alive, and possibly the other 5 pillars, because remember the other pillar was saying that he was in hiding for 200 years. It makes you wonder if the other 5 are still in hiding. I really hope that's the case. And also, the end of this chapter really got me hyped, because I can't wait for Arthur and Vulcan's epic adventure. That shit is going to be goddamn hype. Okay, anyway, let's talk about Fire Force manga in 2019 as a whole. Holy shit, this was a good year for Fire Force manga as a whole. We had a lot of epic battles going on this year. Like, for example, we had the epic battle with Arthur versus Dragon. Holy shit, that battle was amazing. And seeing Arthur evolve the way he did, only to have his sword busted, oh my god, that was really, I actually didn't expect his sword to get to be busted like that. And I think that, and in all honesty, I think that was good. And tying it into chapter 201, I fucking love that conversation between Arthur and Vulcan, and like Arthur said Vulcan said you could get that fire resistant carbon from the a hardware store, and Arthur said that he got the fucking got from the hardware store. That shit was funny. But I want to talk about talk about the artwork for Dragon. That was freaking fabulous. Holy shit. I really love a lot of, and I talked about this during my live reaction for 201. I loved a lot of the concepts that we got from Okubo this year. Okubo's concepts have been amazing, period. I fucking love when Benimaru wore the goddamn mask. That was freaking amazing. Let's be real. And the best part was people still knew that was Benimaru anyway. And Benimaru was like, no, I'm Moonlit Mask. And like when Benimaru left anyway, they were just like, they were like, holy shit, he looks like a guy in the moon, it was like a guy in the moonlight. I just thought that was so fucking awesome. Also, like, how Obi kept the firebug out of his body was just so goddamn amazing and macho. It made me think of JoJo meets Danbaru. It was just, oh god, that was so amazing. Speaking of the science stuff that I was talking about, we had the gold magnetism. That was freaking awesome. I love that. That's what I mean by concepts of using heat for ignition powers. I really love that. The other thing that we had like the Butcher concept. We had, Joker had a really great role this year, and I'm really glad that Joker came into play again, because last year we had the most epic Joker chapters last year. Remember, we had Joker, and I was glad we had a little bit of the Joker Benimaru reunion, even though it was brief, and like, oh god, I was so sad that we didn't get. We did have reference to it, and Joker was like ready to go. He's like, are we gonna do this shit? And Benimaru was like, no, we need to just get the hell out of here because everyone's injured. We need to get the injured out of. Let's focus on getting the injured out of here. I swear to God, Okubo, give me more Benimaru Joker greatness in 2020. I need it because when we saw it in 2018, that was probably some of the best fucking chapters in Fire Force manga, for me anyway. I fucking loved it. Oh yeah, then we had the Benimaru training, which was, oh god, when Benimaru was training Arthur and She-Ra, that had to be some of the most like epic chapters, because he was, let's be real, he was hazing them for a bit, and that shit was so funny. Like that's how he got them to get to their point of surefire. But the thing is with Arthur, like Shima got there for sure, but Arthur hasn't really gotten there yet. He hasn't. like Excalibur got bigger and all that shit, but like Arthur like hinted that he got there off screen and all that crap, but I don't think Arthur has like we've seen Arthur's like true power yet, and I think we're gonna see that when he has his rematch with Dragon. But oh yeah, we saw what I'm talking about is the breath of life and the pressure of death lesson. We saw it with Shinra for sure, but we didn't see it. We didn't see Arthur hit that. So I think we're gonna see it when Arthur has his rematch with Dragon. That's when we're gonna because I thought we were gonna see it when he was fighting Dragon the first time around, and we didn't see it. So I got a feeling Okubo is gonna save it for when he has his rematch with Dragon. That's when he's gonna do it. Also, we had Maki's test, which was pretty good. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and then, Ricci was freaking bomb, too. Okay, so let's talk about, now that I talked about Fire Force in 2019, let me talk about what I want to see out of Fire Force in 2020, especially with what we've gotten this, the past, couple of weeks. So, in 2020, what I'm hoping is, I don't know if 2020 if we're going to hit endgame status or not. I'm hoping that we're not going to, I'm hoping in 2020 we're going to find out more about the original pillars. That would be really interesting to me. But I think the first part of 2020, or at least January, is going to be focused on Arthur's adventure with Vulcan. Maybe like the first couple of weeks of January will be Arthur getting his sword, his new Excalibur. And then I kind of want to see Arthur train with Benimaru a little bit and reach his see that pressure of death training with Benimaru. I'd like to see that. And then I really want to see that rematch with Dragon. I really do. I don't know if we're going to get it right away, but I really want to see that. But the other thing I'm really looking forward I don't know when we're going to get it, but I can't wait to find out about the other original pillars. Because there's 5, obviously there's 7 original pillars. We've seen 2 of them. We gotta see the original 5. The other thing that's gonna be interesting is when Iris finds out that she is the final pillar, and it's gonna be interesting to see what her power is. Like if her power is just like the ultimate defense, like we kind of saw a few chapters back, that would make a lot of sense to me. I don't know if we're gonna have I don't think we're gonna have the final battle in 2020. No, I don't think so. Something that's gonna be curious to see if we're gonna be able to break Sho's brainwashing again or not. That'll be interesting. I really want to see, like, after Arthur defeats Dragon, I just got this feeling we're gonna get Arthur versus Hamuei again. I really do, especially with his new power. Oh god, I would love to see Arthur whoop Hamuei's sorry ass. Please just make it happen. I need to see that. The other thing, as I said, that I want to see is I want to see a Benimaru Joker team up again, because that shit is just always amazing. And I want to see if Joker has anything else new to step up to the table. I'd like to see Benimaru upgrade as well, because Benimaru is just OP as fuck anyway, so why the hell not? The other thing that, happened in 2019 that really needs to come into play, I feel like will come into play next year, and I almost forgot about it, is we're in a civil war now. Let's be real. We are in a civil war, and in 2019 we saw Shimura go up against Captain Burns, which I gotta say was a beautiful fight. I really love how it was a test. It was a test of like the old ways versus the new ways kind of thing, and it was a really good test. And by the way, I loved how that fight ended. It was so sad for Burns. It really was. But the thing is that we got it just reminded me about the Holy Civil War. So we got that shit going on. It's gonna be interesting to see if the rest of the companies are going to unite against Company 1, because that's where the company is. And if the dark, I'm curious if the dark company that's under, remember the company that that Joker was a part of? You know what I'm talking about? The numbers that were that Joker was a part of. I don't remember if they were all killed or not. If they are, then if they weren't, like I think they were all killed if I remember correctly. If they were, then it shoots that theory out of the water. But if the Holy See, the Dark Holy See, that's who I was thinking of. If the Dark Holy See was killed like I think they were, then that shoots the theory out of the water that the Dark Holy See would be led by Joker and they would whoop motherfucking ass. But goddamn, it's gonna just be interesting to see all the, because all the other companies know that something's up with Company 1. But the other thing that's got to come into play as well is the Amaterasus. And I'm curious how that's going to come into play as well. I don't know if all this shit is going to happen in 2020. I really hope Okubo is going to spread it out into like 2021 and beyond. Because there's no way in hell Fire Force ending next year. No way in hell. There's a lot of stuff that Okubo can do. It's not like We Never Learn or Kotoba no Hanayome where there's definitely an ending. No, there's a lot of shit that Okubo can explore here, and I'm so excited to see what Okubo has in store for us with Fire Force. Fire Force is definitely the one to keep an eye on. And the thing that the last thing I want to mention here is what people have been telling me about the anime adaptation of Fire Force, and I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised, because with Kimetsu no Yaiba, I got it, like, after the anime, especially during the anime adaptation and after the anime adaptation ended, I got a spike in views with my Kimetsu no Yaiba manga live reactions, which means more people are reading the manga, and that makes me happy, but I'm really surprised more people are reading Fire Force manga, because a lot of people are watching Fire Force anime. But from what people have been telling me is the Fire Force anime, and I'm just so shocked by this, because it's David Productions and Shaft. Usually, with that combination, because those are two powerhouses when it comes to manga and anime adaptations, I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but goddamn it, I gotta mention it, is that they're really extending on the ecchi scenes, which is really unlike them. I don't know what's going on over there. And you gotta wonder what Okubo's thinking about this. This really is concerning to me, because they got 50 episodes, and they have plenty of material to work with. And from what I've seen, the action sequences look gorgeous. And I don't know why they're butchering the writing, because the writing is goddamn beautiful. I don't get it. What are you guys doing over there? Jesus. Anyway, very curious what your guys' thoughts on Fire Force is. I'm, especially with the lore that we've gotten the past few chapters, I think this was personally, I think this was definitely a great way to end 2019 for Fire Force. I'm really looking forward to what Okubo has in store for us this next decade. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive so I can keep bringing you more Fire Force content, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, for me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.